Right. So yesterday we discussed about the introduction about service now. So why service now? For what purpose? That part we discussed in the last session. Because service now is a kind of application which is majorly used for service management, for IT service management, etc. Generally, we can use it. So apart from that, whenever we are working on service now as an application, it's always important for us to use it for even to raise the tickets when we are working on IT applications and all. At the same time, even to create new mobile applications or any other applications and all, everything can be done using ServiceNow. In this regard, yesterday we discussed about the introduction part. Today I'm going to show you how an application can be created using ServiceNow platform. In this, normally, I have taken an example for mobile POS, right? So wherein we need to describe the application. So we need to write down what exactly mobile POS stands for. Right? So mobile POS is an application used to perform billing. Okay, used to perform billing. Right. So used to perform billing is what something which we normally we do, right? So it's an application used to perform billing at the retail store. Okay, this is what generally uh, this mobile POS is all about, right? So once it is done, so you can just click on, right? So wherein we need to update the role, right? So whatever the role do we have and all, so that role we have to be updated. Let's, for example, we as a architect or we are a developer, right? So whatever the role name do we have, so that role we have to update. Followed by this, we need to write down the description, etc. So different roles like admin role will be there, right? So user role, right? So we need to define all that normally, right? Speaking, because when being into a different role, because whoever is creating the application, so at the same time, whoever is going to use this application, those details has to be updated in this regard. That is where and how generally this service now is going to use, so that you can click on go to app signboard, right? So this is where and how you can see, this is where and how generally this application is what something which we have created. This is how generally we have to create. Now, whenever we have created, there are different options wherein if you want to add any kind of data to the existing one, for example, we want to add the data from the table, right? From the spreadsheet or some PDF, etc. So that we can add it. At the same time, if there is any kind of user interface experiences we need to create, so we can add it. Or else any logic authentication authorizations or security, right? So we can provide even security options also over here, right? So here, if you want to edit anything of the sort, we can edit. For example, architect, edit where, right? So we can architect, we can edit the role, right? As far as the role of an application is concerned, wherein if you want to add any kind of architect roles, etc., everything can be added. Okay, so that we can do it. At the same time, even there will be other roles as well. But as in now, as far as service now itself is concerned, I have taken three. One is about the architect role. Second, at the same time, admin role. At the same time, user role, right? So these are the three different roles we have taken. Now, what we can do, we can add the data. For example, I'm taking data from Excel, for example, right? Let just for our purpose and all, right? So we will be taking, right? So wherein if you want to import the spreadsheet, okay, or else if you want to create a blank table, or if you want to create any data integration, we can do. For example, importing of the sheet, I am doing importing of the sheet, wherein we have to upload the spreadsheet. For example, I'm taking one data set because normally we have a sample data sets available. For example, employee sample data we are taken. Okay, so employee sample data is what something which we have taken. Yeah, sample data Excel is what something which we have taken here, right? So import spreadsheet data, and we can click on continue. So as a new table, okay, because an existing table or a new table is what something which we have to be selected. We need to create a new table because this is first of its kind we are doing, so that you can click on okay. Right. So here we need to update all the fixed tables, etc. Right. So for example, if you want to add any kind of new fields to the existing application, or if you want to add any kind of field label or field name, right? So all these things we can do. So that is upon our requirement, we can do that. That's not anything, right? So for example, you can give the table name. So table name, if you want to provide a table name for, like for example, details, POS, employee. Okay? I'm just giving an example, okay? Table name, etc. Now, make an extensible, right? So it's what something which I have taken, right? So here we can see like add permissions to your table, right? So permissions we are giving for these people. These people, at user permissions, we are simply reading, right? So we don't, user can write it, okay? Architect, write, delete, right? So for example, this is a permission we are giving only for admin to do it, okay? So this may be taken some few seconds time for us to see, okay? Just wait for a moment. Right. So here spreadsheet details of POS employees, 14 fields we have. Click on done. Okay. So here you can see, right? So we have added employee details and all, right? So if you want to edit anything of that sort, if you want to have a preview, okay, because if there is any preview you want to see, like how the data usually looks like, right? So here you can see this is all the data which normally we have taken, and this is how and why, how and what generally we are working on the applications and all. Whenever you want to use the application or whenever you are working on the application, this is what we want to do it, right? At the same time, if you want to edit any kind of data to the existing one, we can add the data and click on submit, so that whatever the application you have created followed by the data, or else if you want to create any kind of tables as separate, we can create. But this is an thing which I have shown you to add the details into the existing ServiceNow application, right? So this is all about session today. We discuss about more about data integrations and all, followed by creating new tables and all everything in tomorrow's session. Okay, see you.